Listen, the other day, the president said he was the least racist person in the room. I'm the least funniest. I'm the least nerdiest. So I'm just gonna let Godfrey, Royce, and his dad Sinbad just do the work here. So Royce, you're gonna have to help me out, teach me some things, because I know I'm not gonna learn from Godfrey or Sinbad because they're gonna go at it. So, everything is in your hands, Royce.
Yo, I'm gonna try.
See, Royce has been around. He's been around the craziness all his life. So now now that he's a father with a son, he's realizing,
yes, this is no
your
joke.
children make you crazy. You had hope. You had hope, and then you have a child, and you have no more hope.
Yep, pretty much.
They playing with fire. Look, Godfrey hadn't even started. He laughed. He hadn't even started. So,
Sinbad started because you have to understand, we learned from Sinbad. I'm a student of Sinbad. So people can't get it twisted. Sinbad, he's an idol of ours. You know what I mean? And we got to give him his flowers and his respect right now because he's one of the coldest men that ever touched the mic. That's real talk.
Man.
Real talk.
But thank you, man, Godfrey, man, because his brothers like that, man. His brother, I mean, look, I look at brothers like his, man, because he's young brother. I didn't realize how old I was because, time moves fast, to be honest. It moves so fast.
Yes.
And I'm talking to cats, and I'm looking at my son and people younger than him. I said, I met this dude when he was 18, 19, 20. And, there's not that much different. When you're like in your 40s and somebody's 20, you go, yeah. But when you're in your 60s and somebody's 40, you're like, man, I'm like that dude. Let me tell you something, young man. The microphone is a weapon. Listen to me. Listen to me. I mean, dude, it moved from 55 to 64 was a big jump.
Yes.
The world changed. Social media became big. The world changed. I watch how my son does stuff. And I'm telling you, Godfrey, I sit and watch my son. He teaches me. And I put cameras in his hand when he was young. I give him all this stuff, Stacy. Yeah. And then he took us to another level. So I said, okay, what'd you use? What software did you use? He's asking me things. Now I'm asking him. And to be honest with you, best director I've worked with got me. He's the best. Wow. Him and Debbie Allen are the only two people that work with me. I said, I trust you. Let's go do this.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have the cheat sheet, so I see you every day. So
but he knows how, when I'm trying something, see, a lot of people in Hollywood go like, well, what's he trying to do? He's hard to work with. Hard to work with because I'm trying to be funny. I ain't high. I ain't drunk. I'm here on time. I'm hard to work with. I can bring you a brother. I know some hard to work with brothers. I'll bring you one. You made a few of them rich. Don't get me started on that one.
But you know what, Sinbad? Let me ask Royce this though. So, Royce, you're your father, right? You are a father, right?
Yeah.
So, does your dad kind of take out on your child, or what he took out on you, like try to pay you back through your child?
Like in what sense do you mean? Like
that he spoils them and does all this?
Well, I mean, I will say because he spoiled me like crazy when I was little. So I feel like he kind of, if anything, he probably just took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, another level.
To me, the weirdest thing, and my mom said he was like this when I was little, but I was too young to remember. The weirdest thing is like seeing him be like cute and affectionate. That's what I wasn't ready for. I was like, he's like, oh, hey. My son's name's Jalen. He's like, oh, hey, Jalen. Oh, look at you. I'm like, what is this? This is the guy I've like never seen cry.
Yeah. A big kid. Sinbad's always been a big kid, man. When we would watch him, whether it's Different World, whether it's his movies, he would always do little kids' movements. For a big guy, he would do crazy dances and voices. So you had the perfect dad, man. You lucky.
I do. He's all right.
The thing is, I never lost my love for life. I know sometimes, Godfrey, I'll be around cats and they'd be talking so serious. I said, man, maybe I should be that. That when you give the interviews, look, man, the way I look at when I first came into the game, I said, that ain't me because I'm enjoying this. And
yes,
I hope to pick up my nuggets, my knowledge by how I do it. And then when I work with people like comics who work with me, you get on stage, man, I said, just do your thing. And I clown, I mess with comics on stage. I push them, but I never wanted to be the older comic who couldn't stand the young comic coming up, or the older musician who couldn't stand the young cat coming up. I said, God, don't let me be that, because I met a couple in my life that I met that were my heroes. And I walked away, not mad, I walked away sad. I said, because I wonder what happened in his life What did he not get? Or how does he not know what it means to me? That's what I did. How does he not know? But now I get it. At a certain age like this, there's still stuff you want to do, still stuff that fell short. Sometimes it's not your fault, but you can't take that out on people. You can't be bitter like that, man. But then also there is this too, though. There's the respect that we have to give to the people before us. And some younger people will have the attitude like, I don't have to show no respect. Yeah. You have to show respect. I understand when older, even younger cats that I've been on the road with younger cats that think it's a contest. And I go, my man. I know. I'm just show me my respect. It's not like I didn't earn. I mean, you know what it's like to get on a poster that you bust your ass to be on a poster. Your name on that screen outside of marquee. Yeah. How many times you take a picture of that? My first time on the marquee, Sinbad, little tiny letters. I showed it to my parents. I'm opening for the point. I mean, that was big for me, you know. But nobody young cats think it's a competition, Godfrey. They think it's a competition because they've been in comedy competitions all their life. All they do is Friday night. Okay, here's a comedy competition. Yeah. There's like 9 brothers. I don't understand this 9 brothers and sisters on one stage. Like the potpourri of super black comedy. I said, dude, they said, who goes on the road with you? I said, me. And if I find somebody, I let them go up. But I don't need you to go up. Right. I'll do 3 hours. I'll do 2 hours. You know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I don't need you to help me. I'm trying to help you. Yes. And I tell them, I say, hey, man, I'm on your side. I want you. You know, I was given opportunities. I remember Sinbad coming to Chicago. I think I did what's the thing that Whoopi Goldberg and the way to raise money. It was Robin Williams. Oh, you know, I know Comic Relief. Comic Relief, man. I did it with you in Chicago. This was a long time ago. Yep. I did it with you in Chicago, and I've met you in Chicago a few times with your brother Mark. Yep. You know, little Sinbad. Everybody looked like Sinbad. So yeah, man. So I always would say they're just giving you an opportunity. I'm here. I want you to do your thing. You know what I mean? Just stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Don't do what I do. I'm not afraid of you being funny. A lot of times they go, well, you know, they don't want to put me up there. No, because what do you want me not talk about? I said, why don't you talk about your real life? Right. Because I saw what you did. So why don't you show me who you really are? You're son of a school teacher talking about being a gangster. So why don't you tell me about your real life, fool? I'm so tired of comics faking lives. Me and my wife, you ain't got a girlfriend. So you can't write a joke about your life. So you created a wife? Right. I know you don't have no wife because you're too happy and you don't have no wife. You just do what you want. So, dude, we can pick up. Dude, come on, man. It's real talk, man. Yeah. Real talk. It's about respect.
Look, so Godfrey, yes, Royce is you guys said Royce, you won? You're a Comic-Con winner?
Yeah. For my short film Outcast, it won Best Film and Best Director, which is like amazing. Like that feels so good. And especially to be in a festival, you know, like this, because it's that's that world, you know, that inspired me growing up, and that, you know, that I want to be part of, was heavily influenced. So to kind of like be a part of that and kind of be recognized for it was really awesome.
So Godfrey, I'm gonna ask both you and Sinbad and Royce can jump in too. You guys, I mean, this conversation is fantastic. So you guys are nerds, right?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
So tell me
a little bit.
Well, look.
You know what, man?
There we go.
But Godfrey, they don't get hit like my generation of black nerd. You hit that, dude. I don't know about your time, Copy, but maybe it might have been a little bit come out the closet. But to be a black nerd, what they call you, nerd. That was an insult, nerd, punk,
corny.
Corny. Oh God, being called black corny, you can get no women. Even if you're talking to a girl at a club, they go like, oh, "That's that corny brother." You're like,
yeah.
You can't say I'm not. No, I'm not corny. You sound corny. I'm not corny. Right. And so right then, they know you're corny.
Girls never came up to you and said, "Ooh, I heard you not have a whole collection of Spider-Man comic books. I'm gonna come over."
Right.
But now they know what they were. Now the new women are just, you got the issue 1, we're gonna rob this brother tonight and get this issue number 1 of the Hulk.
Yeah. And I feel like my generation was kind of like that last wave that still got hit. And then it really, I mean, really, after the movies, I think the movies kind of gave it, finally gave it the respect worldwide.
It was called revenue.
Yeah, for sure.
Revenue.
Yes.
It's called billionaires because a lot of
guys,
nerds are billionaires, and now the women come around.
And girls want him because he ain't gonna cheat.
He too corny.
He got you. He can't believe. Oh my God, have you seen my wife?
Yeah. That's why the nerds get to find women. Here's what women do. They're real slick. Like the fine women that you couldn't get. Now you become the tech genius. You get the billionaire. Now they come around and say, I always liked you. I always liked you, but you so nerdy, you don't realize she's playing you.
Right.
So you marry her.
Yeah. And that's what cats are doing. Well, when I look at my man Zuckerberg from Facebook, you can't tell me the woman looked at him and said, I want that.
Right.
She's a nerd. Right. Ain't nobody looking at her. Ain't nobody looking at Steve Jobs like, oh my God, I heard you're so mean to people and everything. And I just want to have you. No, man. No. I'm sorry. And I love them cats. I mean, not Zuckerberg. I love Steve Jobs. And Royce is a nerd. Royce got a chance to go to Mac. I took my son to Mac Worlds with me when they were in San Francisco at the Moscone Center. And it was nerds. And man, just to see another Black person was such an exciting thing. At any of these conventions, NAB, CES, now everybody goes because it's hip. But back then, man, what you doing here? What you doing here?
Yeah. And it was sad because a lot of times,
though.
Being a nerd, like our community, I grew up in Chicago, and it's like, it was almost like you were ashamed. You didn't want to, you had to like whisper, like, oh, yo, I love comic books. And all the comic book geniuses were all Black. They were all Black. They knew.
They didn't know that.
Right?
Yeah, they didn't know that.
Right. They didn't know that.
Some knowledge on them. So, you get dropped. Godfrey, because Godfrey got good size on him. So you had to lift weights and know how to fight and play sports, didn't you? You have to fight. You have to learn. Okay, I ain't going to jump at this brother. He might be a nerd, but he ain't built like no nerd. So nerds always, like he started taking martial arts. I said, you got to be able to come with that nerd fire. Like, I'm coming with Avenger spirit.
But these nerds now, they don't understand. Nerd now means being an expertise at something.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a social, like, like Revenge of the Nerds. Oh, hi.
That's done.
Nerding means like if you nerd about MMA, if you're a nerd about, of tech, it's being an expertise. Like, I'm a nerd about MMA, now it's a proud thing. It's just
it's adjective now. It's almost like an adjective or a noun. Like my daughter's fiance, he's a 6'7" ex-Marine. He has a line called Black Nerds.
Wow.
Big Black nerd, bro. Big Black nerd, ex-Marine. But this is the crazy thing, Godfrey. My son never was ashamed. He said, sometimes you get hurt. He was always like, I said, man, look, I can't tell you to get over the hurt. Because it was like with me, you have to learn to accept who you are.
That's right.
There's no magic. But he claimed it, dude. Went out, did his thing. He didn't get the ADHD I have. Thank God. I gave it to my daughter, but it missed him, so he can get stuff done. That's why he's winning awards, and I'm going like this. Damn, I should have wrote that. Damn it. So that's my goal. He knows how my brain works, and I found out in this business, man, Stacy, in this business, Godfrey tell you, if you're in with the right team, we don't know it's comics. We don't know when we get to Hollywood because we're not just comics. That's one thing we do. We want to act. We want to do everything. I do music. I play like 4 instruments now. I'm trying to learn to play saxophone now. But
you've been playing music a long time since.
Music, but before comedy. Music.
Wow.
I always hung with musicians. Godfrey, I didn't hang with comics. Comics used to bother me. They cry all the time. I can't get on the mic. Man, he gave me 15 minutes. He gave him 6 minutes. I mean, I killed. Did you kill? I said, man, can you play something?
Yeah.
Can you play a horn and shut up? Can you play guitar and shut up? Because comics always talk about something got nothing to do with it. Look on stage. Look on stage. Look at me. You ain't got on stage. You kill, bro. No. Man, comics is some. Now, musicians might be the same with each other, but because I'm in a different world, we allowed to talk. They go, hey, man, that was nice. Work on this. And I can say, hey, man, I saw your show. So I found that balance. We're not competing. We're like almost each other's fan.
Yeah.
And I love that world, man.
I love when because I have a lot of musician friends, being in New York 20 years now.
Yep.
Just going to see my friends play jazz and funk.
And
how they just switch in and jam sessions. They'll just be going in. Okay, I'm gonna sit at the drums. I'm gonna sit here. My other man's coming and play. It was just a sharing thing.
Crazy, ain't it, man?
I wish comedians we could have a jam session, but
They do.
Usually a jam session.
They have a jam session. There's a jam session station with comics who play music.
Yeah.
In Hollywood, dude, I'm sitting there with these comics. I didn't know you play. Most time comics play drums because we got ADHD. You can't have 9 drummers. I said, man, can somebody play guitar? Anybody here play bass? We started finding cats, man. And it was like, but you know what? You can't have a comedy jam because I can do it with you. I can do it with certain guys. I can get George Wallace. There are comics that 4 of us get together. We would talk trash backstage. And when they announce your name, you still talk. Oh, you go on. We're not even like, man, make it ready. We're talking like Godfrey. You're talking. They just call my name. He called your name. Get on stage. And then you come back and you go right back. No, what was I saying?
Yeah.
That's the cats I dig.
Yes.
Those are the dudes I dig.
So Godfrey, let me ask you this, Godfrey, because we asked Sinbad. We had Sinbad on Black Press Live a few months ago, and asked Sinbad this: would you be open to, the verses, right? Would you be open to a comic versus?
Against who?
That's your mama jokes. That's what it is. That's
wait. Go against him.
Comics. With comics, you might get got by somebody that's not funnier than you.
Right.
I'll tell you, get everybody. George Wallace. George Wallace has memorized 2,000 jokes. No, he got them all. I saw him take a young brother out. This young brother in the audience said something. I said, he does not know who he messing with.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. And then George said, you want some more?
Yeah.
And then
he'll get his notebook. Let me show this stupid little boy.
Thank you, man. Comics are really good. Comic versus. It's 2 comics sitting in a chair, throw new ideas at us.
That's it, right?
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
It would have to be a thing where
we
have to share, not some verses.
I can be with comics already reversing. Yeah, I can be with Godfrey. I can do with Godfrey. Like it's called Paul Provenza does this thing called set list. Yes. Put a set list up behind you, and the comic don't see it, and you turn around and you got to go right into a set list.
That would be dope.
That would be fun.
You need to run that.
That would be fun.
Sinbad should be the host of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Absolutely.
I remember my first job was in New York. I warmed up the last Cosby show.
Wow.
It was the 97, the CBS one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first gig. Like,
wow.
I had to warm it up 8 hours every
Louis
Thursday.
Dix must have been sick.
What you say?
Louis Dix must have been sick. Because that was his gig.
He came around later, real arrogant. I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, Louis.
I just know he looked like Ben Johnson, the sprinter. Remember Ben Johnson, the dude that beat Carl?
They busted for steroids, man.
I was like, is that Ben Johnson?
Wow.
He looked like Ben Johnson.
Mess me up, man. Every time I see Louis, I'm like, Ben, what's up, bro?
Without the Jamaican accent. So I did it for 6 months for a season, but I didn't want to do that forever, man. That was hard work. But I remember going, and this was the time when Cosby's son was murdered. Yeah. So I went in to his office because Cosby very well. Yeah. Because I went into his office just to ask him a question about comedy. You got to. He's right there. I said, let me go in his office. He was cool, had the cigar.
Yep.
He was like, hey, how you doing, God? The whole, and then we was talking, and I'm not even gonna lie. I said, so I've just been doing comedy like 4 or 5 years. I just need some advice, sir. He goes, and this is the first thing he goes, writing.
Yeah, dude. He will tell you that. He will tell you that. He will tell you that. He'll say, he used to throw me a book.
Mm-hmm.
Do something on this. I said, okay. And I would take it. He would just throw me something. Just do something on this. His thing was never accept where you are. Excellence. Remember his thing is excellence. Yes. So I was like this. He gave me some book one time. I said, Bill, this ain't funny. He said, I know. You gotta know when he's messing with you too. He said, you can't do everything somebody tell you to do. I said, man. Dude, it was like that to me, man. Yeah, who's like that? My son is like that to me. My son, dude, show, man, he won. He showed the comic book show. I want to show the Legend of Thea. Oh, dude, this dude had ideas for movies. He got all these other movies. He said, I'm gonna do a comic book. He wasn't a comic book writer. He didn't do animation. He didn't draw. He said, Dad, I'm gonna do a comic book.
Yeah, well, a big part of it was because since I'm like, my mind works all sci-fi, so everything that I want to do is going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out, okay, how can I still get my ideas out there without that crazy budget? And then I was like, I grew up loving comics. Maybe I'll try and make some comics. So I started working on some. I had one series called Biopunks. I'm still working on.
Yeah, Biopunks my favorite, bro.
This is currently the second one. It's called Legend of Althea. It's about this girl who has this artificial heart transplant. And from that, she gains the ability to heal people, but at a cost to herself. So just finished my first issue right now. Getting ready to ship these actually soon. But if you follow at Legend of Althea on Instagram, you can find out more.
At Legend of Althea, hell yeah!
I told her physical. She has he always like your guy now has that.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you could tell, but she has vitiligo, but on her face it's in the shape of a heart to kind of go along with the theme of what the story is about.
See, this is what I love. Man.
I went into that. A lot went into that, didn't it, Godfrey?
Yeah, man.
It's so great. Well, I was gonna get on that, and the one thing I want to say, when I was talking to Cosby, he brought your name up. He goes, he goes, do you know Sinbad? I said, of course. He goes, he hits it out the park, buddy. He hits it out the park. I'll never forget. He goes, bad boy, and he had the cigar. He hits it out. I actually have the cigar. No, let me show you. He was like this. He hits it out the park. He hits it out the park. Sinbad hits it out the park.
Dude, he just when I first met him, he just said, "You're gonna be all right." He said, "You got that thing." He says, "I can't tell you nothing." I said, "Well, what advice you give me?" He said, "Do what you do." The comments you can't give a lot of advice to. I can't give. Royce has his own ideas. I said, I can tell you how. Okay, maybe go through this channel, but people that know what they're going to do, like Godfrey, I can't give it advice. Say, hey, man, I watched your thing and said, keep doing that. I can't say, well, hey, do that as a callback. But I can't. When a guy is funny, I go, hey, man, you're on the right path. It's called time.
Yeah.
I can't give you that. I can give you I can't give you time and game. So work. They said write, and now direct, write and shoot it. The new thing is write it and shoot it. Quick, going like, man, I can't get everybody gonna see you. I said, dude, how about this? He's doing this stuff because we couldn't. I said, I got stuff he's trying to finish writing this. He found some old scripts. I said, I'm gonna do these. I got some sci-fi stuff. I got a vampire project. And I know nobody would hire me for that because they don't. He's a kid. I said, I need to kill somebody real quick so they can get over that real fast. Let me go ahead and bite a couple people, suck up some folks, and they go, oh, Sinbad. I think that's more real him. Yes. The assassin mode. Maybe be an old assassin.
No doubt, though.
If Denzel can be equalizer, I can equalize out too.
You know what I'm saying? My thing too is why there's so much variety in when you go to comic book stores now. I can't even keep up.
Oh, it's so much.
I can't. I've hung out. Let me tell you, I hung out with Stan Lee three times. My first time was I was at the Laugh Factory, and there was a girl by the name of Yuka Kobayashi, and she worked for Stan Lee when he had that POW Entertainment Company.
Dude,
it was him and his partner Gilbert on Santa Monica.
It was on Santa Monica? Okay.
It was on Santa Monica, the little Santa Monica. The little one.
Okay.
So this girl, she goes, hey, she's waiting in line at the Laugh Factory. She goes, hey, I'm a big fan. I said, oh, great. That's cool. She goes, you like Stan Lee? I said, hell yeah. What you mean? I love comic books. Who's your favorite superhero? Spider-Man. Always been my favorite superhero. Well, I love comic books. DC, I don't care. I like them all. She goes, well, here's my card. It said POW Entertainment. It had like a POW thing.
Yeah.
I said, she goes, you want to meet Stan Lee? I said, stop messing with me. Don't mess with me. I said, what do you mean? She goes, you want to meet him tomorrow? I said, come on now. Stop. Stan Lee. Yeah. Meet me at 1 o'clock. Let me tell you something. No, by myself, 3 hours with Stan Lee. And wow. Stan Lee, he was 90, he was 89 at the time. And he goes, and I could do Stan Lee. He goes, Godfrey, how are you? Just want to talk to you. I'm very happy to meet you. I could do Stan Lee. He goes, so I'm walking around his office. And he's pointing at different things, like when I made Spider-Man, I remember the time I was. He's breaking down this to me, and I'm sitting here going like this, like one of the girls at the Beatles concert. Yeah, yes, in my head. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, I'm getting Spider-Man broken down. Then there's a picture of Wesley Snipes, Blade.
Okay.
And he goes, Godfrey, you know Wesley Snipes was the biggest, our first Marvel blockbuster movie.
See, you ain't said nothing to him. This dude, Blade for us, he took hits in high school when they said favorite Blade. That's my Blade.
Yeah.
It's the coldest. I'm sorry.
It is.
Wesley Snipes. And they say black people don't sell.
Please.
What? I remember going with my friends from Japan.
We can't sell if we're not in the movie.
Yeah.
we can't sell. Word. And that's why they say that, because they don't put us in it. Because when they do put us in it, they go like, wait a minute. They do like, especially in certain genres. I said, so it was always bull. It was always him and Blade. Look for Blade. Dude, we don't understand. This is a Blade. We make everyone in our life. He made his wife watch Blade. If you haven't watched Blade, you can't watch. You can't hang with us.
Blade 1 and 2.
Yes.
The third one,
we don't talk about it. Didn't happen.
We don't talk about it.
They stole it from him, but they stole it from Wesley. That's when they put Ryan. That's when they.
Right, that's when they were trying to make
broke his heart.
Superheroes.
It broke his heart, man.
So guys, first of all, this is what a nerd conversation is like.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We are.
He goes too deep. Him and my son-in-law. Y'all know this out. I had to tap out. I tapped out. They start going in. There's levels. He knows I hate. When they watch movies, they're like this. Let's see if they do this right. I said, man, can't we just enjoy the movie? I said, look, man, come on, man.
We are live from Afrocomicon. This is Black Press USA. We got the great Godfrey. We got Royce Atkins, and we got the great Sinbad. There are a lot of people watching. Leon Ryerson is watching. He said, this is dope. What up, Sinbad? He says, it's amazing to have you here.
Yes.
Present. Watch Prime Nostalgia. See, I'm going to read some nerd names, right? Now to be a nerd is the new movement. And then you got, gosh, hey y'all, whoever that is. Charles says, oh snap, someone is answering the peeps. And then you got some other names. I'm not even going to try to pronounce these names. But when you was in Sacramento. And then William Brown says, Godfrey, you killed that Stan Lee impression.
Man.
Stan, first of all, you got to give props to Stan Lee. Very humble man. Another thing for him,
diversity's cool with him. Dude, he ain't scared of no brothers.
He ain't scared of no brothers. He was raised in the Bronx as a poor Jewish Romanian. Stan Leibowitz, poor Jewish dude, had the wherewithal to create a black superhero, Black Panther in 1966, a king. He was that kind of guy.
Think about it.
Even though it took so many years to get to see Black Panther, but that was his creation, to actually put black people in a royal position. Like what?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
Royce talked with the founder, the guy who created my boy Tony, that created Black Lightning.
Oh yeah, Tony Isabella.
Tony Isabella. I got him on the phone with Tony Isabella. What, in the 90s, early 2000s?
I think it was early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
I couldn't even believe it.
I got him on the phone. I said, dude, you understand? Black Lightning. He said, I'm directing that movie. This is back. He's in high school. So I'm directing that movie. I got him I found all of the comic books.
Yeah.
Found all of them. And then we saw the CW got it. We said,
the Black Lightning the only problem I had with Black Lightning was like the first season. I know he's talking and he was chasing somebody and he didn't have a car. Yo, he went down the stairway. He's getting away and he's going down the stairs. I'm like, you can't fly. He was just he got away.
Can I just say this? Black Lightning, if I heard say one more time, we're not going to fight. I will put you out my house. We're not going to fight. I said, Black Lightning kicks everybody's ass.
Yo.
Man, I was so angry. His daughters are fighting.
You remember?
His daughters are fighting. He's like, hey, in this house, we don't fight. Black Lightning, damn it.
And you can see it's him. It's the teacher. It's him. It's like, hey, you're Mr. whatever you call it. It's not even good. It's like, hey,
you're my teacher.
I'm Black Lightning. No, you're Mr. Belvedere, bro. We know you. You're our teacher. No, I'm Black Lightning. Shut up. He's like, where's your car?
I'm trying. I got to support, but I was pissed. My son and I were like this.
It's a different vision.
Pissed.
Different vision.
I had to let that vision go. I said, if this man don't kill something, if he don't light something up, and someone's always shoot, he fly in his short circuit, he shoot at somebody. Oh man, I shot myself. I'm like,
you remember Mantis with Carl Lumley?
He's too young. I told Carl Lumley, Mantis, man.
Mantis, but here's the problem with Mantis. They made him quadriplegic.
He's in a wheelchair.
He's in a wheelchair. Every time with black superheroes, there's always, they do something to us. Okay, cut his legs off. Like, no, he can't walk to his uniform. He has to.
They can't let him be sexy. You can't be super strong. They took Black Lightning on CW and said, don't make him too masculine. Okay, Luke Cage. Luke Cage walking around with a hoodie. Luke Cage, if you're a Luke Cage fan, now he had a problem with that.
Different vision.
It's like, what? Yes, listen. And it gets canceled because they didn't go full Luke Cage. He was better on Jessica Jones. I like the Luke Cage on Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
And then when they put him in his own show, I said, what y'all do?
Yeah. Why they cancel Black Dynamite? They cancel Afro Samurai.
The Afro Samurai was working. Yeah. Afro Samurai was working.
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson, who white people like. He was producing it. And we get one season, but they got 2,000 seasons of The Simpsons, 2,000 seasons of Family Guy, 2,000 seasons of their own stuff, but we get one season of everything. Afro Samurai. I used to go to the stores and ask for Afro Samurai action figures. They were all sold out. Everybody was buying Afro. And cut it off.
Yep.
But you know what?
Godfrey, Cian Redman, I know I didn't say her name right, but she wrote that I hated how the CW neutralized Black Lightning and his family members always suppressing their powers.
Got him on drugs. Got the mama. Mama's like this. What's wrong with you out there? What's wrong with you?
Different vision. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not trying because I love my people that created. I love more. She's a great. I even did this, and I probably overstepped. I called her and said, "My son knows everything about Black Lightning. He knows that y'all ought to sit and talk with him."
I was like, "Don't do that."
He told me, "Don't do that." It's going to be on the CW, so it's probably going to be different. I said, "No, man, I gotta believe. I gotta believe."
We just to get more. Like even in anime, there are a lot of black characters finally, like black characters in anime. We look really good in anime.
Ooh. Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
because
we do.
We change our looks. And I think there's a jealousy because when the Spider-Verse came out, which won an Oscar, by the way, when they changed the guy to Miles Morales, so they made him a black Latino so they can kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
They didn't want him to be a Latino, my Spider-Man, and a black Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So they combined it. So they made him Afro-Latino. So white nerds were getting upset. They literally got mad that they said, how can Spider-Man be black? I go, it's not real, right?
It's not real. But also the very important thing that they did that I really appreciate that I think just needs to be spread out more if for people to understand, he's a completely different character. He's
thank you. In the
backstory, everything. And that's ultimately, I think, what helped Into the Spider-Verse blow up is because you don't now have to pretend Peter Parker's black.
Right.
Like you're like, this is
Miles.
Away from this is someone completely different. I can learn and enjoy this new character.
But some of them think, I'm not saying all, listen, nowadays you got to make sure you clarify. I don't mean all white nerds.
Oh, no, yeah.
But some white nerds, which is probably a lot of them, were acting like Peter Parker, we're trying to make him black. First of all, you can keep all your white superheroes. We have enough. Like yourself. Yeah. You're creating black superheroes.
Thank you.
We actually got a lot. That's just in the dark that just nobody knows about.
We're superheroes already. Look at what we tolerate in life.
Exactly. And that's why I'm really glad Milestone Comics, like they're coming back. They're making that movement.
Yeah.
Static Shock's coming.
Yeah, Static Shock's
coming.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping for Icon, for them to like really bring out all that stuff. But that's what's saying. Like, that's got to be the new movement. Like, forget trying to make characters who already exist black. Like,
Yeah,
let's do black friends. Let's do black friends. Let's do black. How about we don't?
Yeah.
How about we don't? We have our own friends and we do it different.
Yes.
I know
you call it homies.
Black friends. You picture that way, but then they see it. That's not black friends. I know, but it's just 5 black people. All I'm going to tell you is friends, because you don't understand 5 black people. Because then they go back. What do you think the black people are going to do? Because they don't have black friends. And that's the inherent racism in America. Even when somebody is covert racist, when you think you're not racist, I'm like this, dude. There's levels of racism. There's levels of everything. Yeah. So, you know, when you look at the levels that we're talking about, you're not racist, but are you stopping anything? Are you changing? Stan Lee changed stuff. So when someone says, you ain't got to say, Stan Lee ain't got to say I ain't racist. Stan Lee ain't got to say to me, Tony Isabella doesn't have to say that to me. I saw what you did. Yes. So when we talking, we're going from a conversation. I'm going, white people don't understand. When we see white people sometimes, hey man, is he cool? We always have to ask, hey man, what's he like? Oh, he cool. No man, he's cool. You like him. That's our code word. What's he like? Oh, yo man, I don't know, man.
Well, we always judge by content of character. That's just black people in general. We don't judge by what you look like. So a lot of my white friends go, Godfrey, you hate white people. I said, no, I'm just proud to be black. That has nothing to do with you. That black pride doesn't mean anti-white. Right. White pride means anti-black.
Thank you. Right. That's why it's not the same movement. You know, we should do a skit, man. We should all do a skit. All the black superheroes sitting in the unemployment line. How's it going? I heard Static Shock about to get me married. Right. But Static Shock is like 60 now. Look, man.
Your son needs to write that out. Just you know what I mean? Just a bunch of unemployed black superheroes.
At Costco, fill out application. Yeah, man, I heard they're hiring about 100 people for the holidays.
You see, earlier on in this conversation, I told y'all I knew nothing about this. I'm sitting here, I'm shaking my head saying, yeah, but I have no clue. But I enjoyed it.
Wait a minute, now, Stacey, we got to ask you, did you read comic books growing up, or were you one of them brothers who was getting your education?
Well, no, because I hated school, Sinbad. I hated school.
Really?
I despised it.
Really?
So I did read comic books to an extent.
Okay, let me ask you this. Here's a nerve. Did you ever fold your comic book and put it in your back pocket?
Yes.
Hell no. Not
the ones that I didn't care about.
Oh, yes, the ones that you weren't going to keep, right? You give them. Now I'll tell you how we did it, Godfrey. I told my son, they were like maybe 15, 25 cents. They came every Tuesday. So we do, each one would buy an issue of a different one and we sit on the corner. But I was the one that put them in plastic. I kept them for everybody. I was the one, if you come to my house and my mother, who are these people? We're reading comic books today. It's not like on the book clubs. Right. Back then we were a comic book club, man.
Yeah, we had a club.
Read them.
And I remember my friend, when we get our allowance, we would go to the comic book store and get the comic books and then put it in plastic. But if it was a whack comic book, like I folded up Submariner, I'd be like,
dude, you don't like Submariner?
I love Submariner. But it was Spider-Man was always Spider-Man, Uncanny X-Men, Uncanny X-Men.
Miss Namor was a brother. He was mixed. I just decided in my mind he was a high yellow brother. They didn't like him. The code word was C. He lived in the sea. He lived in the hood. He lived in the sea, and we don't like the land. People, I said, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
He was the better Aquaman. He was the doper Aquaman.
The Rock looks like him.
Yeah.
The Rock. I can't believe The Rock. Are they doing something like that?
Yeah, but The Rock's already signed on to be Black Adam, so he can't.
Yeah, he's gonna be Black Adam. Here's the thing about Submariner. See, this is how much I love Marvel Comics. They used to have a cartoon, which it was Submariner, Captain America, Hulk. When Captain America throws his mighty shield. And there was Tony Stark's with Iron Man. And it was
I forgot about that, man.
It was a crappy cartoon animation, but it was amazing. I mean, I still know the Spider-Man theme song from 1966.
Oh, tell me what you played when you got married.
Oh yeah, I've actually played that theme song. Not like during. It was like when people were coming in,
down the aisle.
Gathering. Wait. Yeah. You played the original.
He's the funk version.
So yeah, it was kind of like a jazzy version that I found and. Kind of like
Spider-Man.
Wait
a minute.
I love it. No, it's funky.
No, it's actually really funky.
It's funky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, and because me and my wife, we made an agreement where it's like when like the serious stuff were happening, we would keep it normal. But like the beginning when everyone's gathering, mingling, things like that, I was like, all right, I'll play my nerdy stuff. I'll play Spider-Man. I had Power Rangers, Pokemon, like all those theme songs.
At the wedding?
Well, fine. Then I get all the Disney theme songs. I was like, all right, cool. There we go. So we would like go back and forth.
He was going to put a Spider-Man at the bottom of the cake. You know, they get a little Spider-Man on the Spider-Man cake.
Yeah.
You know, me being dad going crazy. I said, if he doesn't get Spider-Man, I'm going to hire Spider-Man. I said, who here does not want these two to wed? I was going to have Spider-Man swing in.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I literally had a little mini Spider-Man. Like, he's like, looks like he's being crushed under the cake. And he's like trying to peek his head out at the very bottom.
Oh,
so I was
Spider-Man's the best. I'm telling you.
Dude, that was my nickname in college, bro.
Yeah.
Spider-Man guy drew this giant poster over my bed. That's probably why they had no sex. I had this giant over my bed.
That's not what I'm trying to do. Right,
and that was my nickname.
Roy said he's not trying to hear that, Sinbad.
I don't even hear that part of your life.
Yeah, man.
So you know, Roy, you know the whole lyrics to Spider-Man from '66?
It depends on the day. It's
Okay,
like Spider-Man
does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size. Just like flies.
Watch out.
Here comes Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud. He can swing on a thread. Take a look overhead. Hey there goes Spider-Man. Hold up. In the chill of night.
You know the
like a streak of light. He arrived just in time. Hold up. Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang up. Wherever there's a hang up, you'll find a Spider-Man. That's what I'm talking about.
Look at him, just did this. I'm out.
You know why I remember it? You know why I remember it? Because it was so white that the lyrics were clear. Spider-Man.
Yes, they enunciated each syllable. If that been black, Spider-Man hit the only thing. 5 minutes.
Because I watched the 60s, I appreciate them, but I was raised on the 90s version.
Yeah.
I know but we had it where it was white, and when the chill of night.
Batman.
Hey, Godfrey. Norman says he says to tell you to leave the singing alone and stick to the jokes.
What'd you say?
Norman said leave the singing alone and stick to the jokes.
Norman is mad because he don't know the lyrics.
No, he mad because when you're a true nerd, there is no bad pitch.
You mean Norman from that Office? The one who gave us 3 countdowns?
Wait, man, hold up. With the wires behind him?
You mean in Andy Rooney's former office?
Hey, I love what you put up, man. My man said, I'm agreeing with you about the Submariner. Heck yeah, man.
Yes.
Yes.
We gonna get it in Black Panther too.
Yes, we are.
So
yes, we are.
We'll see.
Oh, well, I hope to audition for a part because I've been talking about being African for a long time.
Dude, you should, dude. You should. You know what, man? You should do. Godfrey, I'm shocked that you're not a bigger movie star, man. I don't understand it. You got the build of an athlete. You funny. You can do drama. I don't understand. I don't get it, bro.
I don't know because somebody, especially living in New York, people walk up to you. Everybody walks everywhere. When a garbage man is getting off of his truck, going, "Did you piss somebody off in Hollywood, bro?" He's throwing out trash like, "Man, you need more." I don't know. All I do is Sinbad, I'm talking about. You have your agents.
Yeah.
You try your best to communicate with everybody.
Well, man, you got a man right here. Let's shoot something, bro.
Hey, whatever.
You got an idea for something?
I'm not playing.
Wonder Woman. She said, Cyan says, do you remember the Wonder Woman TV theme?
Okay,
Wonder
ready?
Woman.
Dun, 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 dun. Wonder Woman, all the world is waiting for you.
Oh,
with the powers you possess.
Whoa.
Tights, fighting for your rights. And that old red, white, and blue. Yeah, what? What?
Dude, do you do that on stage? You should have a competition. Who knows the things?
Hey, come on. Hey, yo, Sinbad, I'm going to be real. First of all, Linda Carter was fine.
Dude, she's still fine. No, did you see her?
I saw her recently.
Still fine.
Last year.
I saw her at
still
Sirius
looks the
XM.
We just did that thing. What was it? The thing I did where Shazam on the
the DC con thing that
the DC con thing all day. They put me down as a joke, maybe being in Shazam 2. Shazam 2, because they think I was in Shazam 1. Everybody's like, man, I loved you in Shazam. People think I did Shazam.
Wow.
People think there's a movie out there. I said, Shazam was not a genie. No, you was a genie. I said, Shazam is not a genie. Man, I saw you Shazam, so no, I just tell people, yeah, man, I was doing drugs then. That's why they pulled that movie.
Yo, Steven of the Universe.
Yes, that was my voice.
No.
The guy that ran the restaurant. I was the original one doing the voice.
Wait, I did Kofi.
I did the voice of my man, the guy that ran the little restaurant.
All I know is I was Kofi. I did the pilot, and I didn't know that it was successful.
Dude, I didn't know. I had to get off the show because I was on the road so much. Wow. Now I'm pissed. It was these nerd brothers when I went in to do the thing in Burbank.
Yeah.
Sinbad, we're just gonna, if you could just, okay, if we're gonna, yeah, here's your lines. And I said, boom, boom, boom. They said, oh, he's good. I said, dude, I love this stuff. I love doing that. Dude, I was the guy, if you go back and listen to the original Steve Universe, that was my voice.
Okay, because the reason why I knew, these kids ran up to me and said, you're Kofi from Steven in the Universe. Yeah. Now remember, I didn't know that it was go. I didn't even know what was happening with it. Right. I didn't know it got big. Right. And they said, you're Steven in the Universe. You're at Comic-Con. I said, what's Steven in the Universe? They said, you don't know Steven in the Universe? And then I went back. I said, yo, it's successful. Yes. They weren't good at letting us know how well it was doing. Right. No one told me, but I played Kofi for like 2 seasons. I didn't know that, man. I did 2 seasons worth, man. Yeah.
Wow. Small world.
I'm kind of connected to Comic-Con.
And I sang on the show.
You sang?
Uh-oh. Yes, I did. My character sang. I sang it on I did the HBO Tales, the Frog Princess, the Little Wolves. I sang as the wolf. I sang as the frog. Oh man, please.
Hey Godfrey. So in these remaining moments, we got about 6.5 minutes left, right? Unfortunately, but I want you to do something for us. I want you to interview Royce and Sinbad in your Bill Cosby cigar smoking voice.
Okay. Is it from his situation now?
Well,
we need to kind of clarify.
Let's go back earlier. Let's go 90s.
I don't know.
90s, man.
You know, you're telling a comedian to do Cosby.
Yeah, man. Let's do 90s, man.
Hey, all right. I'm gonna ask you some questions, Sinbad, and your son. You look just like him when he was younger. Okay. Now you are an illustrator. You write, you paint, you put the heroes. So how are you going to put your dad in your comic books? Are you going to give him a job, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, so it's pretty simple. Pretty much, I make sure in every project that I do, I have this really old character.
Okay. Well, you don't have to say really, because he's only in the 60s. You don't have to insult your dad, okay?
A decently aged.
Thank you, man.
Old, okay?
Thank you, Bill.
Decently aged. And I always make sure the character is ambiguous enough to where you don't know whether he's white or black. And so those are always the roles where it's like, no matter what happens, this is for you.
Okay, so that's how you're going to make sure your dad is in a lot of things, because your father's still the band. He's still the man.
Yeah,
he's a superhero.
He's the one with the wisdom, you know. He's the one with the wisdom to help guide.
He doesn't know as much as me, but I gave him the wisdom, and I want to see you put him in something.
Bill, if you ask my son another question, he answered wrong. He won't be no son.
I always make sure he has a cane.
The next time you just see this interview
and a walker
with me using his equipment
as well.
Remember what I said. He brought you in this world. Guess what? He can take you out.
Oh man,
there's always a role.
This is amazing. You're only seeing here the Black Press USA and Afrocomicon.
Line. There'll always be a place for you. Not at the league table, not at the big table, but there'll always be a place for you here.
So, would you actually tell your dad, Oh, Dad, we went in a different direction.
Yeah.
No, I would never do that. No.
Don't you ever do that.
He would just shoot it. He would just shoot it.
Yeah, I just shoot it and not tell him.
Could you put the money in the account for the clip? It's like, my shooting already? Yeah, we're almost done. We're doing post-production.
Don't worry, you're executive producer. It's fine.
There you go.
But you guys, if you guys are shooting stuff and doing it, I would love to be part of it. Come on now.
Man, especially if you got some ideas. But our family has a production, Stone Harbor Production. My wife, my daughter, who writes a butt off, sings everything. The whole family. I got a younger daughter, Jim, in Arizona. Everybody's doing my daughter's fiance photography, doing his thing. So everybody, man.
It's a
I
family.
gotta get your information.
Yeah.
I think I have your information. I don't think so. I might. The last time I saw you was in Cleveland when you were talking about your brother knocking people out.
Oh, yes, Donnie, yes. So, Stacey, y'all got my numbers? You got my numbers?
Yes, we do. I spoke to Maria actually today.
Okay, give my numbers. Give everything to Godfrey.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it, and we gotta talk because that would be great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got people watching that are talking about both of you guys being in a podcast and everything else. They want to sign you up for interviews and everything.
Just young comedian. Just bring up young comedians. Hey, man, we got this young comedian. We're going to show some of his film.
Sinbad has the energy of 10 kindergartens, man. Kindergartners. They don't understand. Sinbad has more energy than anybody. He stays up late. He can out-talk anybody, out-joke anybody.
You know Chase? Remember Chase? He's open for me. Chase out there doing the show in Atlanta, man. My boy Chase.
Chase Anthony.
And I got a young cat named Caleb. Mm-hmm. He was 14 with them. Dude, they been hanging with me, and Chase finally said, man, I said, dude, his aunt who worked for my brother Mark says, Sinbad ain't like no other cats. Now, he ain't gonna be able to party and stuff because I was done with that. I said, but as far as hanging and on stage, doing an hour, 2 hours, 3 hour show, let's go eat. They're like this. Look, man,
done.
I'm done. I said, done. I'm about to watch 5 Netflix shows.
I went on the road with them a couple times. Like after that, and this is like going to multiple cities over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And after the first performance, I'm like, I don't even know how you do this. Like, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
You got a YouTube thing that's on the road with Sinbad. When we get back on the road, he would go on the road and he's like this. Like, that's what we'll do, man. Look, I think I got all I need. I'm going to bed.
Oh, wow. This has been a fun hour. Again, I have no clue as to what being a nerd is all about. I had no clue until listening to this conversation. Royce actually told me if I listen, right, Royce? Mm-hmm. I would learn something. So
again, this is the beginner's level.
This is not even deep nerdom. We didn't go. You got a bunch of us in the room, and sometimes I'll get lost. I go, what? Like y'all were talking about some stuff. Like we started singing the song. I was like this. Now when we leave, we'll probably talk about. I'm like, yeah, man, who knows all 3 verses?
Yeah,
See, that's another level. You talk about when we leave. Look, man, I'm cool with the first 2 verses.
This is diet version. This is a diet version of nerds. Man, I'm a weak nerd compared to Roy. Oh man, they got levels, man. Woo.
I mean,
you, him, and Byron.
After singing that song, though, you might have me beat a little bit.
No, you might have. Dude, I'm
not good at remembering lyrics.
Yeah, you jumped into the verse on that. You jumped into the verse on that.
You remember the 45 record? Then there was the long record, right? What was the long one?
It was the LP, the 12-inch?
The 33.
33.
That's what Godfrey gave us, the 12-inch of Spider-Man.
12-inch remix. He even did it right. See, some people don't know. You got a web up right.
It's like here.
People web wrong. It's here. Although we didn't have a problem when they made the webs come out of his skin. See, when they made him spider.
He had a web shooter. He had
a web shooter because he ran out. He always ran out at the inopportune time.
We don't have the time to get into that.
That one.
We're taking it to level 2 right now.
Yeah, that was like,
it was like web shooter.
Now remember, Journey Smollett, we're talking about when Journey Smollett played the Canary, and she got hate mail. But you know what? You got these young, I should say, this are young white gamers who are misogynistic, and they're also racist as hell. They hate women. They talk about rape women. You see girls gaming online talking about, I hope somebody rapes you. I said, well, rape somebody, you got to have sex. Boy, you ain't had no sex. So quit with the rape thing and quit talking all that stupidity. You ain't doing nothing to nobody. I wish one of these gamers would hit a woman I know. Dude, I'll go into my little hacking. I will find your IP address. I'll be outside your house like this. Come outside. I got your door sealed up in the front.
Word up.
Sealed up. You got to come out the back door.
You know?
Listen, it has been a tremendous pleasure. Godfrey, Sinbad, Royce Atkins. Royce Atkins, the award winner today.
Yes, 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 yes.
Guys, we appreciate you so much. Thanks for joining us. Thanks everybody for watching, and keep on watching because I know they got a lot more coming up. So thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good.
Peace,
Take care,
guys.
man. Give my numbers, man.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
All right,
Give my
Roy.
number to everybody online.
Black Nerd Unite.
I think we're still live.
I think we're still live.
Man.
I think this is still
Godfrey
happening.
just dumped out. We just like, yeah, man.
Do we
we
leave?
leave. You want us to leave?
You
You want us to leave the studio?
leave the studio?
Listen, where's our producer at? Where's your boy?
He got them wires. He got
tangled up. Hey, it's a real entanglement.
Yeah, oh, this is an entanglement right now. This is like that situation where you think you're off, and this when you lose your job because you do something dumb like, yeah, man, these companies suck, man. Can't believe them. Oh, we still here?
Oh man! All right, so we're just gonna leave the studio then.
Yeah, we're gonna leave.
So
Guys, thanks again, everybody. For watching.
Norman, where you at? Talking trash, man. Where Norman at, man?
It'll just be you now.
Yeah, man. Norman doing too much. Yeah, just tell people what you learned, man. Tell people what you learned. Or
I will.
and got people. Any people got questions? I guess we answer questions.
You can answer some questions. All right, let's take some questions so we can.
Well, that's gonna open up a whole nother.
Yeah, man.
That could be another hour.
Well, we live right now, so we just.
Well, there's no real questions. There's more comments than anything.
Put some comments up, man.
Okay, so here's Norman. Norman says it's time to wrap up, Sinbad.
Time to wrap up, Norman. Why don't you wrap that cable up and pull it out, man?
How do we stop?
Good afternoon, everybody. Keep watching.
Get out, man. Get out.
All right.
All right.
Peace out.